Hello all my little internet fairies. I am playing slash sitting in slash experiencing X-Plane 11 for the second time. We're back in the Cessna 172 Skyhawk and I am sitting here on the runway at Landshut in Bavaria. Now my intention is to take off from Ellemühle and then fly to Deggendorf, which is, let's just get this, Straubing, there it is, Deggendorf, which is a heading of about 050 from Landshut. So I'm going to get airborne, I'm going to fly VFR to Deggendorf, and we're going to refer to this map, obviously. Hopefully it updates for my position along the way. We are flying at dawn, so the lighting will be quite pleasant. I guess we should probably jump into the aeroplane. Before we do, actually whilst we do, what I would love to be able to do is to start this aeroplane cold with the engine off. I'm unsure of the start procedure. I'm not sure if it's different from X-Plane 10 or whether I just follow the same start procedure or whether they've made some adjustments. I haven't seen anyone produce videos just yet on starting this machine, so if anyone can make a startup procedure video or has a link to one, I would greatly appreciate that. As it is, I'm going to start with the engine already running. And here we are at Ellemühle in Landshut. You can see it's a lovely mauve to violet sky. I'm going to just set my altimeter. And 0 there. QNH shows 945, I believe. And my gyro compass tells me I'm currently hitting 060. Which tallies with that device over there, and it also tallies with my magnetic compass there. So we're ready to go basically, full fine pitch, brakes are off, flaps are up. Let's get some forward momentum happening here. You can see the landing light is just giving me a bit of runway, and this is an unlit field. Unlit runway, so I'm taking off in the dark on an unlit runway, and we're going to head off to Deggendorf. This is the first leg of my flight to New Zealand. The intention is to end up in New Zealand in a couple of years' time. And we're going to fly to Deggendorf today, which is sort of northeast. Once we get to Deggendorf, then we'll be able to plot the next leg in our east and southern journey. So we're going slightly off track by heading north to begin with, but I want to follow the Isar Valley towards the Donau, and at which point we'll probably follow the Donau River down into Austria, from Austria into Hungary, and then we'll continue east into southeastern Europe, down through Turkey, etc., etc. You get the picture. Now, I want to be heading about 045. I'm going to come left a fraction. There is the A92 Autobahn, I believe that's the 290, which actually goes to Deggendorf, I believe. So if I follow this Autobahn, it should actually take me directly to Deggendorf. Over there is the Stausee on the Isar. There is a nuclear power station over there. We're away on this fine morning. So I've adjusted my track IR now. Oh no, it goes that way. It doesn't go so far that way. Lets me pop my head out. I can't lean too far forward, it's quite good. So it's just locked my head a little bit more to the confines of the cockpit. I think I need to adjust the left hand, just a fraction. Still need to bring that in just a fraction, but it's good enough. good enough for jazz. Now, in the distance there, I've got some graphics just popping in and out when I'm zoomed out. Right over there, there's something just going flick, flick, flick. .1,000 feet. Let's climb, shall we? Let's dance. Right, I'm going to learn the different attitudes for this aeroplane. I think that's a good idea. We'll go with let's say just shy of full throttle and 2400 RPM. And we'll go for a 1,000 feet per minute climb. So let's see how we manage that. Okay, I'm not climbing as fast as I'd like. I'm going to bring that nose up a bit more. Bit of right trim, I think. Trim the nose up and right. Oh, sorry, trim the rudder right and bring the nose up. Okay, too much trim on the nose. How are we doing there? 1,900 feet per minute climb. Seems to be stable. 80 knots on the clock. I don't know, is that a good climb for a Cessna Skyhawk? Is that a regulation climb? The aircraft seems comfortable climbing at this engine setting. Now we can have a bit of a better look at the surroundings. So R21's highway underneath. Industrial area down below underneath the right wing, and the Stahlsee over there, just coming up to that now. So we're basically leaving Landshut. For some reason my aileron is rolling. My climb rate is reduced. I don't know if that's because my attitude has changed or whether just the altitude means I'm getting less air through the prop. Two and a half thousand feet. Oh, I don't want to go above 5, so let's level off here. I'll just notch down on the elevator trim a few times. Throw in a bit of rudder trim. Airspeed should climb now. Still climbing 500 feet per minute. Let's get that nose down. That nose down. Trim, trim, trim. Okie dokie. Right, we have arrested the climb. No, we're still climbing. Choice. Okay, I'm going to push the nose down with the actual control column now. It's not dropping as fast as I thought. There we go. Now we're going to bring the prop pitch and the throttle back just a fraction. And we'll try and just set it about 90 knots. Excellent. There goes our highway, motorway, autobahn. And we've got the Bayerische Wald up in the distance there, those mountains off in the distance. It's the Bavarian forest, the Bayerische Wald. That looks like an aircraft up there, is it? Yep, there's a contrail up there. From another aircraft. So there's other aircraft about. It looks like it auto-generates other traffic, which is really nice. So I do actually have to keep my eyes open for other traffic. I hadn't thought about that. There we go, you can see that's the east. The sunrise is just happening over there. There's the Isar River continuing on its easterly flow. I am maintaining about 045 degrees. And Deggendorf is not terribly far short of the Bayerische Wald. The city is basically up against the mountain range, the hill range. The motorway is trucking off in that direction. I'm quite sure if I'm on course. Let's just do a quick check of the map. Yep, I'm on course. I can correct to the right just a fraction. So far, so good. I'm going to correct right. How's my altitude? I have been climbing a little bit. It's a bit naughty. Need to maintain that. Need to maintain my flight level. Okay, we'll roll out on 055. All my compasses are aligning. 55, 55, 55. Good. No concerns there. Temps are all in the green over here. Everything looks green. Fuel flow is excellent. I've got 100 kilos of fuel when I got airborne, which is plenty for this flight. Still climbing a fraction. I'm just going to adjust the climb by bringing the throttle and the prop pitch back rather than lowering the nose. I'll use the engine to arrest the climb. Now we're actually descending, so let's adjust that. Sunrise is approaching. That purpley colour is starting to disappear from the sky now. It's going blue and it's pixelating a bit there. It's quite ugly actually. It's not really pixelating, it's just having trouble drawing even lines with the colour. Very orange over there, a nice bright white colour. The colour palette is really lovely. Now we're going to take this opportunity to get some little views from the outside. Why not? We're not going for super realism here. What about the chase camera? It won't let me adjust the camera. No. Oh, yes, we can. I'll get a nice. I think my left wing's starting to drop here, so I'm just going to adjust the left wing a little. Back in cockpit, shall we? That was all rather pleasant. Might have to do that again when we get closer to the destination. Solving on that one more time. There it is. EDMW. So we've got a 0927. I'll land on 09, I think. Yep. Oh, and we've crashed. That's an absolute shame. Okay, we didn't actually have a crash. We just had a stall. Oh, the game stalled in that map screen, but it has reloaded, and it's thrown me. I'm not sure where, so I'm just going to check where I am now because the terrain has suddenly changed. Oh, I've actually moved myself over Deggendorf by pressing the thing. I just hyperspaced or teleported myself over the field. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, I've just learned something about this. Simulator is that you can teleport by clicking on the map items. So that's something we've learned not to do again. Let's just while we're turning here, let's have another look at some of these external views. They're quite pretty. Right, let's get back in the cockpit before we crash. Now, I should be approximately over Deggendorf now because the map has teleported me. So let's just zoom in. Yep, it should be behind me on the left. I'm going to start throttling back. And I should expect the airfield. Somewhere over here. That looks like it over there. Is that? Yes, that is. Okay, we may actually be on course for a straight in from here. Just going to check for other traffic. Doesn't appear to be anything. Aircraft is now slowing down. I should be able to bring the flaps down. There we go. And we'll try a long straight in approach. 409. Should be the runway straight in front of us. Can't see any markings yet. So, final approach in Deggendorf. Runway 09. 70 knots. Just pushing the flaps down some more. Okay, flaps are now fully down. Full fine pitch. Airspeed passing below 60 knots. Let's try and get a slightly better. Yeah, that's definitely the runway. Okay, I'm relatively happy with this approach. Just going to put a bit of throttle on. Elevator trim here just to bring the nose up so I don't have to work so hard on the stick. Get some power on. Happy with my airspeed, 50, that's excellent. I think that's better than the approach in my first video. I think I've got a better airspeed. Can't see the runway very well. I'd love to have my landing light. That must be it there, that's the landing light, so it's on already. I should have turned that off actually. I need to get a set of checks basically. So this is the bare minimum, I guess, of VFR conditions. But VFR nonetheless, well for me anyway, I can see what I'm doing. I might not be able to see other traffic. Okay, fast approaching the threshold, just starting to get that ground rush now. And we're stalling. Probably not a good landing. Not bad. Just touched it down on the stall there. This runway's a bit undulating. Wow. Let's get that nose wheel down. Okay. Oh, we've got buildings here. Right, this looks like a grass sort of sports strip, but I do believe we have an exit taxiway just up here on the right. So I'm going to take that. Super stuff. Nice little club field. There's another Skyhawk over there, another little Cessna. A couple of SUVs. Audis most likely. Audis and BMWs. Oh, actually there'll be BMWs here at Deggendorf. You'd probably be assassinated if you caught driving an Audi here. Line up next to this other one here, N1725P, which I think that's also my registration number. Okay, both brakes on. And I'm going to do what I did last time. I don't actually know what the full shutdown procedure is, so I'm going to turn the magnetos off. Actually, I'm going to turn the fuel pump off. Turn my landing light off. The nav lights can go off. Should I turn these off? Don't need those anymore. Turn all that off, save the engine. And then we'll go magnetos off too. So, magnetos, and I'll just pump the throttle to try and burn any leftover fuel. Right, we're all squared away. Let's get everything else off. Taxi, beacon off, strobe light off. Now, is there a master battery switch? I don't actually know this aircraft at all, neither in real life nor in any simulated experience. Master? There we go. Battery's winding down. If I take my feet off the brakes. So there we are. That was Landshut to Deggendorf with a little bit of a teleport mid-flight, because I didn't realise how the map works. But now that we know how the map works, we can avoid that from happening in future. Whoopsie daisy. We don't want to look at the... oh, I've got my flaps down. Oh, well, they can stay down. Nobody's gonna complain about that, are they? That was fun. Next flight will be onward from Deggendorf to the east or the southeast.